Welcome, Rhonda here with Foods 101. Today I'm going to show you how to make this old-fashioned blueberry buckle. It's a southern recipe like a blueberry cake with a fabulous crunch topping. The ingredients you're going to need is 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of softened butter, 1 egg at room temperature. For the topping, you're going to need 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/3 cup of butter that I've cubed. Now we need to keep this chilled, so I'm going to pop it back in the refrigerator. We're going to start making that batter. Add both cups of flour in a large mixing bowl, along with your baking powder, your salt. We're going to whisk these 3 ingredients around. And I've got my oven preheating to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Be sure to preheat your oven. You can do that at this point. Now we're going to set this off to the side. In a medium-sized mixing bowl, add that granulated sugar, and we're going to add that softened butter. You want to make sure your butter is nice and soft because we're going to mix this with a hand mixer on high for 3 to 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, your butter sugar mixture will be looking like this, and we're going to add in 1 egg right into the mixture. Beat this egg in so you can no longer see the whole egg. About 30 seconds. Spread down the sides of your bowl as you go. Alright, then next we're going to add flour mixture with that baking powder and the salt, along with about 1/3 of our buttermilk. We're going to mix this in until we can no longer see the flour and buttermilk. And then next we're going to add another 1/3 of the flour, along with 1/3 of our buttermilk. We're going to do the same thing until we get all these ingredients well incorporated. Next, we're going to add that remaining flour along with the entire buttermilk. And again, we're going to mix this in. That looks perfect. And then we're going to get it off of our spatula and get it off our beaters before we fold in the blueberries. Fold in all your 2 cups of blueberry at once. I just use a spatula. Be very gentle. You want to start around the edge and pull it in until you get all your blueberries coated with your batter. Make sure not to bruise any of your blueberries, so just be sure to go around the edge of your bowl. Dig deep to make sure no blueberries are in the bottom of your bowl. This is ready for its 9 by 9 inch baking dish. I'm going to lightly grease my baking dish before adding in the blueberry batter. I use an all vegetable shortening, but if you'd like to use a little butter or a little oil, you may do that too. And we're going to get our cake mixture out of our bowl here, and we're going to spread it out evenly from corner to corner. And again, just be gentle when you're working with it because you don't want to burst your blueberries. And if you're using frozen blueberries, add them frozen directly to your batter. Don't let your blueberries thaw first. So frozen blueberries or fresh blueberries will work for this blueberry buckle. Let's make that crumb topping. Add the flour along with the sugar and the cinnamon with the fork. Incorporate these 3 ingredients. Or if you'd like to use a whisk, you may do that too. Back with that chilled butter, we're going to add it in here, and we're going to cut the butter into the flour, the sugar, and the cinnamon. I have a pastry tool I like to use, but you may use a fork if you don't have one of these. You can buy them at like a Walmart or any sort of a baking shop. Now that you've got this cornmeal texture here on your topping, and you can just use a fork to make sure you get it off of your pastry tool there. Don't want to leave any behind. Back with our cake. Sprinkle it evenly over the top. Oh my gosh, it's going to be fabulous. Give it a little swish. Be sure to get it over in the corners because those corner pieces can be the best, yummy, delicious baked pieces in your blueberry buckle. Give it a little shimmy And then this is off to that preheated oven on the middle rack for the next 40 to 45 minutes. Use your timer and no peeking. Blueberry buckle has baked, and for doneness, we're going to use a toothpick. Stick it here in the center. Pull it out. There's no dough on that toothpick, so it's completely baked. I'm going to let it sit here in a pan, let it cool down for about 15 minutes before I cut into it. I'll be back. Gotta give this old-fashioned blueberry buckle a try, and look at those blueberries in there. Oh yeah, and if you want, you can just add a few little fresh blueberries before serving. Let's go in here and see what it tastes like. Wow. That crunch topping, the blueberries, the tang of that buttermilk. The batter is lovely and moist. You are not going to be disappointed in this blueberry buckle. It's fabulous. That crunchy top, that buttery crunchy top, just loaded with blueberries. I'm Deronda. Give me thumbs up, leave me a comment, hit that notification bell to be the first to get my new YouTube food videos. Thanks a million for watching, you all. Stay safe, and I'll catch you lovely people later.